Hello, this is Callie Kekua Weaver with Thoughts at Midnight. We have our co-host,
Alex Hodge.
Well, hi and welcome to our podcast.
And mates, welcome aboard. So, I was just at RamenCon today at a rave. I don't normally do this, but Callie, what did you think when you saw the video?
I'm so jealous.
Oh my god. I was exhausted. Holy shit. So RamenCon 2021 was here at the Century Center, and I think I pretty much raised my openness in my personality trait. I reached my goal of my openness on the ocean personality test. I reached my goal. Now RamenCon is an anime convention. I don't know jack crap about anime. Nothing. Like, right? I've even watched anime without even, knowing that some of it was anime. I didn't know that. Hell, I didn't even know that. I knew Kiki's Delivery Service was anime. And Castle in the Sky, I knew those two were anime. Avatar, The Last Airbender. Didn't realize that was anime as well. So I suited up, suit and tie. First off, I'm nervous, so I'm putting on the persona of the flippin' president of the United States of America. Like, I suited up good. And I thought, well, I'm gonna go. So I went to this thing. My Buddha from another mother introduced me to it. I thought, well, hell, this is one of those nerdy things. But I'm like, okay, no, there's some real value in going to something like this. And I'm working on my trait openness to new ideas, and this is definitely new. And I learned a lot about culture. Anime, it's a cultured thing. There were all sorts of different people there. There are people with families. There are people that have a kid. Like, there are people who have grown up and they're still doing it. They're still having fun. They're still bringing out the kid within them. I needed that. I've been told that I was getting pretty uptight with myself as far as like my adulthood, and what adulthood really means to me. It's definitely changed a bit en route. As Alan Watts once said, in order to enter the kingdom of God, you must become once again as a child. And that's what I did this weekend. But my goodness, they worked me. On top of that, working 40 hours at Menards, getting my 40 hours in. Friday, I lucked out. The schedule changed from opening, so I opened on Friday, but I was let out at 3. Perfect timing. Thank you. Thanks, boss. So we went. So I went there right after I came home, suited up. I went straight to RamenCon to check this place out. My Buddha was already had a panel up, and he's already done this like 3 times already. I'm new. For those of those that know me personally, I don't like being the new guy. So why not be the new guy that's dressed like the fucking president of the United States, right? Why not look like I know what I'm doing? Because you don't have to know what you're doing. Jesus Christ. One of the things that I've learned is to get up and pull the flipping trigger. To get up and do. Don't overthink it. So my strategy was to see how many characters how many characters am I going to be called today? And I just wrote them down. Like, I just took notes, and that's the kind of attitude that I think needs to be had, especially when you're being new and fresh at a skill set. And at anything really. This is new to me. I was nervous, but to overcome that, I understood I don't have to know what I'm doing. I notice this is the same thing when it comes to dancing. I'm not a dancer. I don't know how to, but you don't have to know how to dance. You move to the rhythm of the music, and even not, you just got to move somehow. At the rave, I did yoga. I did a tripod headstand, like right there in the middle of it, and people were just having a good old time. A couple people saw me. But I did this to work on my openness trait of the ocean personality test. I reached my goal. I'm pretty open now to any information that comes my way. I'm open to be taught. So, so Callie, like maybe this could be a goal, Callie. Maybe next couple of years or so, you make the move here. We'll go.
Absolutely.
What do you think of setting up a panel for this there at a place like that?
Yeah. Your brother from another mother is trying to convince us to go to Colossal Con, which is at a water.
Right. And it's in Ohio.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he didn't tell you that, did he?
Mm-mm.
So that one's in a water park in Ohio. And we're going to have to stay a couple nights there, perhaps. So he didn't, of course, he may have left that part out.
Yeah.
I probably can't make it to something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got too many things going on here locally. I got Best Buddies coming up, Notre Dame. I may be doing that. And then who knows, something like Best Buddies is important to me. I mean, this is something that I've been trying to get also this channel onto with Notre Dame. Go Irish, by the way. They won, was it 42-13 against, yeah, they won. They got them again. Woo! Go Irish. But high performance people like me, we don't go to the Super Bowl. We don't go to football games. Nevertheless, we don't even have time to go to sports bars in the pub drinking a beer. No, we don't have time. High performance people, we fly like eagles. We fly alone. Okay, Dan Pena. All right, that's enough referencing QLA. So, man. But but here's okay. For the audience out there, here's something about work ethics as well. I did this on top of working. Friday, I opened and here's some guys out there that need to know a little bit about work ethic. Started at 7 on Friday, ended at 3, went straight to RamenCon until 3 in the next morning. I got home around 3:30. This is Friday into Saturday morning. I come home, I unsuit, shower, took meds, straight to bed. Because I had to start work at 11 the next day. So I got up at 10, got my uniform on, went to work until 7, and then went to RamenCon again until I think I left there around 1 that time. So 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I was off Sunday. So I got to sleep in and recover. Like I said, they worked me. I worked myself, mother. But I took the time to recover. And tonight is going to be another recovery day. Recovery night, too. So tonight, I'm going to reset myself for the work week coming up.
Absolutely.
So I get a buzz off of that, being able to physically stay up and work plus do this. I take great pride in that. Yep. But I was sore. My body was telling me,
I bet.
My body was telling me, okay, like back up, dude. You know. So I didn't play as that hard at the baseball game. Part of it because my vessel wouldn't let me. All right, so I gotta get home. So I went to my girlfriend's baseball game. And speaking of recovery, for those who have intimacy and still have it within them to generate intimacy, there's a healing practice that I've been practicing lately. And you can do this yourself, or you can do this with your partner. It's called Tantra. So Tantra, and Callie, you mentioned something. It was sensual. That means so what does that mean exactly? I'm not familiar with the term myself. Sensual. It means where you're feeling like all natural, you're allowing yourself to feel.
Sensual is basically utilizing your five senses. Being able to feel, taste, hear, smell. Just feeling all of that.
Yep. I think it takes a certain level of allowing ourselves to open up those senses. Because we do have to take down some mental blocks that are preventing us from opening up to them and listening to them. And I did my first tantric exercise, and my soreness is gone. The pain's gone. For the most part, it's gone. It actually works. It's a healing mechanism. You can also do this yourself, either through yoga, 7 chakras, like we talked about on the last podcast, colors, and incense, candles, even your own bath soap. If you get the right kind of bath soap, like Grondike or Dr. Squatch, none of that chemical cheap crap, but good body washes that have good chemicals in them. Callie, you're doing incense. Tell us about that.
Incense is basically a like a stick that you light, and it has an ember that slowly burns through the stick, and it has a bunch of essential oils and like white sage and stuff like that.
Oh, it does have oils in them.
Yeah.
That explains why it's more effective than a candle.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually does have oils that it's burning off, and you're basically breathing them in, and you're ingesting them. Oh, okay. It has an effect on our physiology. It was very relaxing. Some of them.
I feel more at peace than I have in a very, very, very long time. Yeah. There's no anger, there's no anxiety, no worries. I am at peace. I am in serenity, tranquility. It's amazing.
You found a way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Enlightenment, nirvana. Back to my Buddhist stuff. Good. I actually just ordered some, so they'll be arriving here in about 3 days.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
You have to have a lighter though.
I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one for my campfire. I got like 3 of them actually. Yeah. So, but yeah, these are practices that, of self-care that hopefully our audience is picking up on. We've been through a lot our lives, and some of the things that we face, neurotypical or whatever normal, whatever people take for granted. But then again, what's normal? Because we know you've been through some crap too. You're just not admitting to yourself.
Story.
Whenever I see this, where people are like, oh, okay, you're gonna judge me, right?
Everybody has a story.
Everybody does. Yep. there's some people that won't admit to it, especially the ones that are prejudiced towards this like mental health and disability. I actually had a run-in at my employment. He's not there anymore. They caught on to some of the things that he was doing, so that slot's open now. But here's what I realized. If I see someone better than me, are they really? I'm just looking at one dimension and one slice of time. But I don't know them. I don't know them personally. Who knows? They may have a kid who won't talk to them. They might have gone through 2 or 3 divorces. They may have had, everybody's had a failure experience. It's like, trust me, we know. So don't judge. Use your judgment. Go ahead. Merry Christmas, mother clucker. Go ahead. If it's within your judgment, good stuff. That's all right, because we know that you've also been through some stuff as well.
I actually wanted to bring something up, speaking of like mental health, disabilities, and stuff like that. So this is a bit of advice for any of our audience that is wanting to put their child, nephew, or cousin, or whoever in a group home. Do your research on that group home, because not all group homes are good.
Mm-hmm.
I live in one, and it's not the best place to be.
No.
So do your research. Otherwise, your family member, your loved one, is not going to be happy.
Yep, and invest into how your kid actually is, because sometimes their IQ and their abilities are at a certain point where they can function themselves, where they might not need the types of services that you might be getting them into. So do that research as well.
Absolutely.
In Cali, I gotta mention a fear of mine actually, because I think part of my next family members are going to take partial guardianship for my medical. A fear of mine is that they're going to put me in some kind of place like that where I because here's the thing, it's a fear of mine. I've already won those battles.
Can I explain something to you?
Yeah.
If they have guardianship over just your medical, all they control is the meds. That's all they do. It's when they have guardianship of the estate and person that they are allowed to put you in a group home.
Okay, that might explain why it never happened. Okay, that's good.
So you don't have to worry about medical.
Or being placed in life.
Don't agree to the guardian and the person in estate. Only agree to medical.
Oh, that's the medical. Okay, because I've already won those battles. This is this is the other topic I wanted to get into, because we know some people who are still figuring those battles out, and some are not choosing to do the right thing. Callie, you mentioned to me that really I'm doing my darndest to update that belief system about, you made the comparison when somebody has a meltdown where it's violent and they're angry, that they black out. Now, I thought they meant blacking out meaning that they pass out after. That's what I thought it meant. But no, you mentioned that blacking out, it means that they're not actually seeing what they are going after. They just see it as another object, as another thing in their way, and they're like pounding. I just witnessed this today. I won't mention it by name, and I won't mention the place either. But I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about this, because I used to have this too when I was in school. I used to have meltdowns where I black out as well. Callie, one of the things that you mentioned, it is inhumane to, what was it again? To
guilty for what they did when they
for make them feel it, not allow them, but I'll allow them to feel it, because that's where the lesson is.
Making them feel it.
But making them feel it, that's inhumane, because they can't help it during that time. You made the distinction that it's like a period. Like you can't do that to a woman. That's inhumane, and it's very frowned upon. Apparently, I've learned about this. I've learned that the hard way, by the way.
Yeah, what I explained to make it more clear to the audience is blaming someone for what they do when they black out is kind of like being angry at a woman for not waiting to have their period for a week.
Yep.
Can't control it.
It's a hard thing for a person like me to wrap my head around. But I'm really trying to update that belief and keep that part of me fertile. Because it is harmful when it happens. It is dirty. It is not good. But I don't say it's okay either. I think there's a flip side here. I don't make them feel more guilty, but I'd also don't say it's okay.
Yeah. I don't say it's okay, but I say don't beat yourself up over it.
Exactly. What happened, and that's exactly the message that I conveyed. But still, it's hard to see because I've done it before too.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dragon of chaos that I will never. I don't want to become that guy again. And in order not to become that guy, I judge against it. Because I've reached that ideal. I've reached that part where I've learned, and I've taken the proper attitude towards myself to prevent these kind of anger blackout bursts from happening. And I figured out what the patterns were. And now, like, my anger is more cold. It's not. My anger is more cold, and sometimes the downside of that is pretty prolonged, especially if it's not talked about. And I still have some anger towards people that I haven't forgiven. And I don't think I'm getting older, and my tolerance for it has definitely gone down. So there's some people that I have anger towards. I'm not forgiving. And that's a beast that I hope gets tamed, maybe by a woman or maybe by maybe some partnership or something. But I will say this friendship that I have with this gentleman, and also you, Callie, has helped me tame that beast within me, that beast that judges against the young. So I thank you for that, is taming that part of me.
Speaking of taming beasts, I'm pretty sure you wanted to bring up a topic about that.
Yes. So having been to an anime convention and looking up the different stories and stuff, I noticed that there's a meta story within the stories. Lion King apparently has got it. These Disney movies, some of them have nailed it, but others are more propaganda, like Frozen. Horrible movie. That's so just you know what? Frozen, yeah. It is so propaganda. You say what you like about it. And the way I see it, it's so propaganda.
You know what?
I've seen parts of it. What's that?
The fact that Elsa is the hero. The fact that she doesn't need a man to be a hero.
It's the classic feminine hero story that's still in there. So there is a meta story across these different stories, even in Frozen. I'm gonna crap on Frozen so hard.
No. Second one is the best one.
I think I'm gonna side with Jordan Peterson here.
No.
Now I'm just doing it to irritate you. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but there's a meta story across the classic female hero story, and that is Beauty and the Beast nailed it. Shrek also nailed it. What I find interesting about the difference between Beauty and the Beast and Shrek is that both Shrek and the Beast start out as a beast. They start out as an isolated man, a male figure, isolated, and they're a bit of a monster. Beauty and the Beast, however, the classic hero story, feminine hero story is the female's ability to develop her character to tame the beast, to turn to civilize the beast, and then the beast also learns and spirals himself upwards, and so does the female spirals herself upwards. With Shrek, I find this very interesting. I love what they did because they looked deeper than the outside beauty. They looked in deeper within the character. Shrek is already a beast, and he may always be one. And then Princess Fiona, and of course, there's this other story that's within that of being a treasure being guarded by the Dragon of Chaos. And I like how they tamed, like Donkey somehow integrated the Dragon of Chaos and tamed the chaos. With Tame the Dragon as well. And then Fiona also integrated her shadow. She is cursed with some kind of
Ogreism.
She's cursed as an ogre. But I think it's deeper than that because I think real people have a curse like that. I think women do. Maybe they stuff their sexuality in the shadow, or maybe they stuff their certain kind of creativity in the shadow. Something's in there. There's an ogre in there that needs to come out to play in order to fully open up and to express themselves fully in a relationship before they can even think about inviting a male figure into their lives. And the same thing is true with men. With men, I think it's more prevalent, especially these days. We have to master our own domain of masculine and feminine competence within ourselves before we even think about engaging in the sexual marketplace with a woman. Otherwise, rejection. We're gonna get shoot up and spit out so bad that and we're gonna have our egos walk away limping, and we're gonna have a frustrating time. But when we start to get squared away, that's when the law of attraction starts coming in. Anyway, back to Shrek. I love how Fiona had at the end of it, and Shrek helped Fiona integrate the shadow, and she's by saying that you are beautiful, but it's deeper than the surface, that the beauty is within. There's a song, isn't there? There's help me out here, Callie. It's about the body, and it's about it's a relatively newer song. Beautiful scars were beautiful. You know the song I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's within the lyrics of that song, about the integration of the shadow of
It's the one that goes, your scars. It's about about the people who like are on the cover of magazines and the models.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of them are masking up. A lot of them are masking up for the role. But then again, like the cover of magazines. But some of them are actually doing it for a role of competence. Like the movie Tomb Raider. Have you seen that one yet?
Yes.
The actress in that movie, actually, she really wanted to play that role, and this is her goal, her driven goal. It wasn't somebody else's goal for her. I think that's where the difference comes in. Because we have an idea of what society wants us to look like, right? And then women go through this phase where they starve themselves, and like, no, don't do it that, please. Like, God, no. That's what these songs, these things talk about, is have it be your own choice. Go your own way. That's really what is beautiful about you. That's what's beautiful about, that the beauty is deeper than the surface. Yeah.
It's called Scars to Your Beautiful.
Scars to Your Beautiful. Thank you. And who's the singer?
Alicia Cara.
That's it. Thank you. Scars to Your Beautiful. Because let's face it. Sure, we have this vessel. What's driving this vessel? The world or you? It better be you.
Speaking of Scars to Your Beautiful, I, along with the every person has a story, um, I also believe that, like, for people who have overcome self harm and stuff like that, those scars showed the battle that you have come from, the battle that you have survived. I have some right here,
Yep.
and they, I love my scars because they've proven that I'm strong enough to handle anything that comes my way.
Yep. And chick stick scars. Chick stick scars. It's one of the phrases that I've heard. Okay, Richard Cooper, entrepreneurs in cars. We get it. Chick stick scars. Um, and then you've also got the scars up here
The
within personality.
mental scars, the trauma that you've been through, stuff like that.
And I think the ways to deal with that is these little tricks, like, with the incense and the ways that you can actually, even your posture, you can literally manipulate how your serotonin and your brain levels are with your posture. Even, lobsters that open up, they look bigger. They actually start generating more serotonin in their nervous system when they open up more. So instead of, like, sitting like this too much, by physically changing a certain posture or a certain thing, like, say if we smell a certain way or with incense, we can in a way manipulate the healing process in our own mentality. There's ways to do it, and there's ways that work and there's ways that don't work for the individual. I find that very fascinating. And I find also, if not attractive, because there's a law of attraction there. It's like, ooh, this gentleman's taking care of himself, and yet you can tell when someone's scarred, but there's something attractive about it, where they have it under voluntary control. I found this out when it comes to, like, with women who have integrated their shadow, and they have integrated a lot, right, but I find an attraction in that, because then I know that they know what they're doing, and I can be confident that I can also do what I'm doing myself without them, trying to change or do, or even be embarrassed even that I do something a certain way, because they recognize that they've been through it too. But when I see women who haven't successfully navigated the sexual marketplace, and they haven't integrated their shadow, and they're shy and they're embarrassed, I'm sorry, that's a huge turnoff for me. It's like, if you can't dance in a club, or if you're embarrassed to even do that, I'm sorry, like, that's a bit of a turnoff for me, because I know that you're not really in tune with your body yet, or you haven't quite successfully navigated, or maybe not, maybe you're just shy, I don't know, but that's not what I'm into. I'm into somebody who can express themselves openly, and this is something that my goal is to work on as well. So if I can hang out with someone that's like that can express themselves, then that average rubs off onto me again. That goes back to the average of the 5 people that we hang with, that we chill with. Although, if you want to hang with me, I don't chill. We're going to be going out doing something. We're going to be doing something. Oh, man. To hang with. So, but that's what gets me going. If I see a woman who's got that figured out, she can go in there and express herself, and has let go of those fears. So work on that. I mean, I'm working on it too. Like I said, I'm actively working on my openness. I reached that goal, so I think I'm going to look elsewhere for something to work on. I scored low in agreeableness. That might be my next one. Like I can be pretty disagreeable. I've pretty much mastered that. The upside of that, though, is that I can stand up for myself really well. But I can also de-escalate things really well too, as like I had to do, had to happen today, unfortunately. But so maybe not. Maybe if it's not broken, I don't need to fix it. Because the disagreeable part of me seems to be working for me. It seems to be working for me. But maybe working on being.
It's working.
Yeah, I don't have to. And I think I've also met, like Callie, you mentioned, working on my compassion.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten pretty good about that now too. So, I've gotten a better understanding, and it's been demonstrated today. Like I was very compassionate for my Buddha, and we helped each other through it. Even the staff, and it really worked out. It worked out okay. So I've got compassion. It might not always seem like it at first glance. Part of that's due to my disagreeableness. But when having that power to say no, I hope that rubs off on other people. That's my hope. That's my compassion.
Well, I think we should go ahead and share the website.
Yep. I actually want to share one thing, Callie. Hold on.
Okay.
One more thing. Hold on. I wanted to share with the audience the video from the RamenCon real quick. There it is. Hold on. This was, by the way, a little out of my comfort zone, but then again, I completely integrated into it. It was great. So that really went. Is it showing?
Mm-hmm. Guy in the white was jamming out.
That's great. I'm a flipping fish out of water in there. You don't see it, but I was scared shitless. But I have a lot to be thankful for. Thanks to my friend Chris, and thanks to my Buddha. He's a good friend. I'd love to keep this going. All right, so your book, you find it on Amazon. Coffee for the Soul
By Sarah Cox. It's with an H.
Yes, thank you. There we go. Paperback $13.99, Kindle for free. Check us out. Love yourself first, and others first, but self last. But include yourself.
And then our website is www.thoughtsatmidnighttalkshow.wordpress.com.
And this has
where you can listen to relaxing music while looking at the homepage. We have a Day to Be Me blog and podcast. We have the mental health coach. And we have a support us section.
Feel free to donate to our to the website and
What is that?
ads. Oh dear.
That was...
So, an advertisement for something. Warning signs of dementia. Okay. But got some ads coming up on here, so please feel free to donate to this. And this is the team, myself, Callie, and our video editor. He's a tech savvy savage is what he is.
Absolutely.
Callie, you said I'm not that tech savvy, huh? Really? Really? Oh. 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 I'm tech savvy. I'm old school, but I am tech savvy. But I don't think I can compare to him though. So yeah, come check us out. Oh, and also, Callie, our Menard's Memos might be coming out with something about this. I'll see if I can. Yeah, so this week, Cody pointed out to me that they're doing a thing for Menard's Memos about extreme hobbies. Immediately, my coworker's like, Alex, okay, just pick one. Just pick one. And I picked the Day to Be Me as our, and Thoughts at Midnight talk show as the extreme hobby. I think I'd list that. Over skiing, skydiving, flying a plane, flight simulator. I put those aside. I figured, okay, those are hobbies. This I feel like is almost like my second family, my second job, my second opportunity, and my second extreme hobby. This is something that I listed as our thing. But then again, Kim told me that I don't have to pick just one. But Cody was like, no, pick one. And I picked this. So hopefully this will be coming out on our Menards Memos. So any team members out there that have joined Menards, hopefully they put it in. Hopefully, we'll keep an eye out. So, okay.
Okay. Well, this is Callie K. Cool Weaver with Thoughts at Midnight Talk Show. We have our co-host,
Alexander Hodge.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have an awesome day. Peace.